Joining me now from our bureau in Washington, D.C., senior advisor to Trump 2020 and GOP campaign strategist, Paris Dennard. Paris, I think you and I can both answer the question. What is Nancy Pelosi afraid of? Why has there been no full vote of the House of Representatives on impeachment? And I think the answer is pretty obvious. And that is, she's afraid to put her caucus on record because she knows there will be hell to pay in red districts, districts that support Donald Trump, come November 2020.
You're absolutely right. Speaker Pelosi, quite simply put, is afraid of the American people. She's afraid that they will see through this sham of a process which is masquerading as an impeachment inquiry, which is not what is supposed to happen, and she knows it. It's not supposed to happen because they have not voted as a body. If Speaker Pelosi is firm, and if the evidence is so clear and so strong and so persuadable that President Trump did something that was worth being a high crime or a misdemeanor, which is a criterion for impeachment, then she would call the vote, bring it to the floor, and have every single member of the Democrat caucus be on the record in their public support for impeachment. But the reason why they have not done that is because she knows very well that their case is not only weak, but the American people have grown tired of these consistent presidential harassment attacks on this president since the very beginning. The president is absolutely correct by saying the Russia investigation after 2.5 years and millions of dollars did not work. They tried to do that with him, and now they're trying to do it with this so-called impeachment inquiry based upon information that they do not have before they said that they were going to launch this impeachment. And then they went as far as to ignore the facts of that is before them, because the facts don't matter.
Right. And Paris, you know, we heard from the president just now, and we also heard from him, and we do all the time, via Twitter. And the president tweeted about this, and he quoted a brilliant person. You know who he quoted, Paris? He quoted me. Quote, what is happening to President Trump with impeachment is a constitutional travesty, unquote. That's Graham Ledger speaking there. And then he fills in the rest, which I'm okay with. The likes of which we have never seen before. It is Adam Schiff and Nancy Pelosi who should be impeached for fraud. So what do we have today? Well, today we have another so-called witness being asked questions behind closed doors, so the American people can't see what's going on. And so the entire Republican caucus, let alone the Democrat caucus, they don't have access to what's going on there. We, the people, are being shielded from this process. This is, you know, this reminds me of, Paris, have you ever cut open a golf ball and there's all these rubber bands inside and they start unwinding and there's more rubber bands and another set of rubber bands? And this is what the Democrat caucus is doing here. This is a wild political fishing expedition. The whistleblower has been discredited because the president is correct. Look at the transcript. Transcript is pretty plain. There's nothing there. So now we have to move on from the whistleblower, and we have to go on this giant fishing expedition being conducted by the Intel Committee. But there's a problem with that, at least if you care about history, and that is any impeachment inquiry in the past has been handled by the Judiciary Committee. But they have a problem in the Judiciary Committee, and that's an ugly stiff by the name of Jerry Nadler, who's not conducting things very well in there. So the fishing expedition is being conducted by this radical from California named Adam Schiff.
Well, you've just laid it out for the viewers quite perfectly, because what they have to understand is precedent in Washington, D.C., especially in the Congress, matters. History matters. And what they're doing is not abiding by what they normally do in terms of bringing forth articles of impeachment. And they're not doing that because, like you said, there is no there. And the American people are growing tired of this Democrat caucus and this Democrat leadership going on these fishing expeditions that are coming up with nothing. If the case was strong, if the case was there, if the president had done something that was worthy of impeachment, they would have no problem doing what they've always done, having this in the Judiciary Committee, putting it to a full vote, and going forward with it. But they cannot do that because, like the golf ball analogy, not only as you peel it back and open it up, you're going to see all these rubber bands and all these tangled webs of lies and deceit, but it's also going to come up hollow because their argument is hollow. The facts on their side are very much hollow. And the people are going to decide come November of next year what is at stake. And you know what? Something happened last night at the debate.
Yeah.
Senator Kamala Harris said impeachment is on the ballot. That's all you need to know, my friends, about what this is about. It's not about what Speaker Pelosi said about patriotism or national security or the Constitution. No, 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 no. This is solely about politics.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One America News on YouTube, and call your cable provider and kindly demand that One America News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.